Now, the iPhone drew big crowds this past weekend in China when the Apple smartphone went on sale in Beijing, at least legally. But so far, not so good. The phone has had limited success in the Chinese market. James McGregor is CEO of JL McGregor, a China advisory firm, and he joins us now live from Beijing. Welcome to the program, sir. And let me start with the fact that the price of the iPhone in China is almost $800 more than the average smartphone sold in the country. How big a factor is cost in the limited sales we've seen so far?
Well, cost is only one factor. You got to realize there's already 2 million gray market iPhones have been brought into China, and the hackers just crack the code and unlock them. And those phones are cheaper and they work better because the new iPhone that came out here does not have Wi-Fi. You can't get into the Apple iTunes store. It's a very limited phone. It's going to take a long time to develop.
So what were the benefits then of getting the official iPhone legally at the Apple store?
Prestige. You can tell people you've got a legal phone and it's a fancy phone, but it's got none of the capabilities of the gray market phones. I think it's gonna take time. They're gonna have to get Wi-Fi capabilities. They're gonna have to be able to access a lot of applications, and that's gonna take time. But there are downsides with the gray market phones because about every 6 months when they redo the operating system, you've got to get them re-unlocked, and there's a lot of hassle there. So I think the iPhone will do well in China, but it's going to take quite a while. And remember, this is a mobile phone market that buzzes along. Samsung alone issued 130 new models of phones here last year.
Wow.
Nokia 70, Motorola 30. One iPhone, where does it fit in that?
Right. Beyond the buzz factor. China Unicom is the provider for the iPhone. Could they have handled this launch better?
I think they're just so desperate to get something out before anybody else that they just wanted to put it out there and hype it and let it develop over time. You know, China Mobile's got over 500 million subscribers. Unicom's only got 140 million or so, and so there's competition. They want fancy phones to try to take away the top China Mobile subscribers. So, you know, they just launched it and they'll run with it and see what they can do.
Now, intellectual property rights is a big issue for companies like Apple and other multinationals. Can you describe the current state of IPR in China? Have there been improvements over the last couple of months?
Well, no. We just had a meeting here last week of the Joint Commission on Commerce and Trade, which is a U.S.-China annual meeting, and we had the new Commerce Secretary, then the U.S. Trade Rep Ron Kirk, the Agriculture Secretary here from the U.S., a Vice Premier from the Chinese side, and a whole host of ministers. And it was all about trying to suss out the. Yeah, and it was trying on the Chinese side. They're trying to figure out really what Obama's trade policy is. Is he going to be protectionist? Is he going to respond to union complaints like he did with the tire issue? And on the U.S. side, it's really about IPR, and one of the big open areas is now there's this joint cooperation on energy and green products. And the Chinese companies are very capable, but the U.S. companies are afraid of bringing their technology in here if it's going to be stolen. So the only way that's going to work is improved IPR. And there's a lot of noise and a lot of histrionics over it, but I don't think the business community here, the foreign business community, is happy with the way things have been going.
Beyond IPR, what else was the U.S. side pushing for?
The U.S. side is pushing for more dialogues. A lot of the trade dialogues kind of fell off in the change of administration. So what came out of this was dialogues in everything from government procurement to standards to information security, to get talks going on many levels on many subjects, and just try to start being able to work out various trade issues over time. And both sides are kind of circling each other at this point. What happened was, with the Obama administration launched this trade on tires, and it really caused some problems.
Thank you so much. I've been speaking with James McGregor, CEO of JL McGregor in Beijing. We'll be right back.